What's going on? It's Jonathan coming to you from Master Control here at the studio. You can see the booth in the background. There you go. And I'm on my, I don't know, maybe 19th cup of coffee today. Staying caffeinated. That's what's important in these troubled times. So this morning I did some e-learning, which by itself is not necessarily all that out of the ordinary, but it was about gender, equity, and equality. And it got me thinking that I have an album that my sister and I grew up with and that you might have grown up with. And it's kind of remarkable because this album, Free to Be, You and Me, came out 48 years ago. Marlo Thomas was the one that sort of championed this album, and Ms. Magazine as well. And I want to read you something from the back of this album and think about how ahead of the curve Marlo Thomas is in 1972 to be putting this album out with this message. Making records is not my usual business, but this is not a business project. It's personal, as personal to me as my niece Dion, who started the whole thing. She wanted a bedtime story read to her, and I was saddened to find that all of her books did just that, put her and her mind to sleep. I started to look through stores and found, with few exceptions, shelf after shelf of books and records for boys and girls which charmingly dictated who and what they must be, colorfully directing new minds away from their own uniqueness. I mean, to me, this is uncanny that somebody was not only thinking about gender and racial equality to this extent back in 1972. Of course, people were fighting for it, don't get me wrong, but to be putting this out for kids in 1972 and to involve all the people that she did in it, kudos to you, Marlo Thomas. It also makes me think that we're at a place where, obviously the world is in the midst of a huge transition that all of us can't really see our way clear to what it's going to be like, but we can see our way clear to saying we want a different world at the end of this. So whatever that means to you, work for it, dream about it, do it. Let me know, perhaps. Tell me what you're thinking about all that kind of stuff. I hope you're well and safe and sound and healthy and happy, and I'll talk to you soon.